How does it feel to have won the Norman Knight Award the other night?
I think to me, it was an honor. Norman Knight does incredible things for the fire service. He's founded the 100 Club, which helps firefighters that die in the line of duty, and I was really taken back by it because there's a lot of people that could have won this award. I don't necessarily think I deserve it. I just, because of my father and him dying in the line of duty from cancer, I just put my heart and soul into getting the word out there to firefighters, and doesn't matter where it is, whether it's in Fitchburg or Leominster or anywhere. And I just want to make sure I get the word out. But it was quite an honor, you know.
Yeah. And the award was for community service, and specifically for you, it was helping victims of occupational cancer.
Yes, yeah. My work in occupational cancer was I believe, the main reason for the award. The chief put me in for it, I was really taken back by that because, my uncle is the chief here, and I look up to him, especially after everything went on with my father, and, to have him put me in for award or realize the work I'm doing, it means a lot to me. So it was a big deal, and I can't believe it. My wife and kids go through so much because I'm going out the door to classes all the time to teach, but they get it. They understand. They know why I'm doing it.
So, what specific have you been doing? What work have you been doing?
Well, through the Mass Fire Academy, we have one of the only ones in the nation. We deliver a free, roughly 2-hour cancer class through the Firefighters Cancer Support Network, in which we deliver a class to any fire department that wishes to have it. We've also teamed up with the 1540 organization, a company out of Westboro, Mass, who deals more with the prevention and detection. And we give our class through the academy, which deals with cleaning yourselves after a fire, cleaning your gear, cleaning the apparatus and equipment. I think we put together, with the help of a lot of great people, Abby Baker from the Mass Fire Academy, Susan Sykes, and Jim Coughlin, all the people at 1540, they understand it, and we've put together probably one of the most comprehensive classes to deal with firefighter occupational cancer, I think, in the country. And one of the things that we want to do is get the word out there all over the country if we can, and I think other organizations are doing that, between the International Association of Firefighters and certainly here in Massachusetts, the PFFM. They're great advocates of cancer in the fire service.
So, what made you want to sort of get involved in this sort of part of the job?
Well, I was really unfamiliar with it, to be honest with you, until everything went on with my father. And then I started to read into it and look into it and realize it slowly was becoming an epidemic. And now it is an epidemic in the fire service. Roughly 65% of our line of duty deaths right now are from occupational cancer since 2002. And it's a big deal. Our firefighters are getting sick. Some of them are dying, all due to cancer, different types of cancer. The stuff that is burning now in these buildings, the synthetics, the newer materials. It's not just wood and paper and stuff like it was years and years ago.
Yeah.
So I realized that I didn't want anybody to go through what my family went through with my father and watching him just kind of fade away. So I wanted to get the word out there so no other firefighter family had to go through it. Unfortunately, shortly thereafter, his partner, Jack Mulcahy, died from occupational cancer. These are old school guys. They were the toughest of tough. And we thought they were indestructible, these guys. They were like the mainstays. And it doesn't discriminate, doesn't care. Cancer is going to get our firefighters if we don't make a change. And we don't change the mentality of some of our firefighters.
No, your father was a firefighter, and he got cancer while on the job.
Yes, he did. He was the chauffeur, actually, of Engine 4. Most of his career, he was assigned to Ladder 3. All downtown companies, all very busy companies, And he was a very aggressive, old-school firefighter. And some of the things that he did throughout his career, you know, maybe, we didn't know back then, the guys didn't know then, we know now. And that's what I tell people, that those older guys are not wrong, they just didn't know any better, we know better now, so we should be making these changes, is basically what I thought, you know.
How did your father's passing sort of affect you?
It really hit home. My brother and I were actually on a call. We were working the day everything went down, and I had sent my brother up to the house to check on him. We couldn't get into the house. My mom was at work, and you know, we went in and found him passed away. And you know, that bothered my brother and I. That bothered me a lot. It goes through my head all the time, because maybe I should have went, not sent my younger brother, who is also a firefighter here. You know, a lot of things go through my head about that day, and about, I wish he would have detected it earlier. He sat on a lump in his neck for probably 4 months, saying, it'll get better, you know, because that was the mentality. And that's why we teamed up with the 1540 to do the detection and prevention, because we think a lot of firefighters are stubborn. I know that might be a surprise, but they're very thick-headed, you know, sometimes. And you gotta really prove to them, you know, that this is what we need to do. And I think they're buying into it.
Yeah. So you think detection and prevention are going to be really important going forward for fire departments?
100%. 100%. We need to team up, and that's one of my hopefully next goals, is to make sure, see if we can get, at least in our area, Health Alliance. We've got this beautiful cancer center right up here in Fitchburg, and my dad got all his treatment there, and he loved it there. The people there are phenomenal. You know, there's got to be some sort of testing that we can get for our firefighters to, you know what, the earlier you detect it, your survival rates are better, and you're back on the job. And I think one of the worries is firefighters worry that somebody's going to tell them you can't do the job anymore, and that bothers them a lot. So instead of going and hitting the problem head on, you know, maybe I'm not going to go to my, you know, checkup or my physical or whatever it may be, but we need to get them there, you know.
Mm-hmm. So the department recently got a grant to help get new equipment, or a new set of equipment. How important is that in terms of protecting?
That's one of the big things. You know, we give a class, one of the biggest things is a second set of turnout gear. So when we come back from these fires and our gear is all contaminated with these deadly carcinogens, we can put that set of gear out of service, wash it, dry it, okay? And then we can put the second set of gear in service, clean set. So we work 24-hour shifts. It's happened in the city where we've had multiple, you know, fires. And we've come back, we've put, you know, new gear in service, most of us, if we even had it. A lot of guys don't have a second set of turnout gear, now they will. And, you know, it was a huge help in my mind, because the city just doesn't have that kind of money to hand out. They've got so many other things they need to take care of. And I gotta be honest with you, the city council and the mayor, they're all on board with this. They're excellent to us. They purchased the gear extractors for us, which is what we clean the gear with. And now every station has one. And there's departments in the state that have maybe one for all their stations. So we're lucky here. We've got a mayor that knows how important it is. And we've got a city council that also has done their homework, and they know how important it is as well, you know?
I guess lastly is, why is it so important to protect all firefighters from the threat of cancer that they face every day?
I watched my father, who was 6'4", he was a big guy, 260, 250, and the day we carried him out of the house, he was probably 140 pounds. He wasted away. It's a terrible, terrible disease. It can take the toughest person ever. And you know what? That stressor is not just on the firefighters, it's on the families. These families now have to work. They have to take care of their significant other. And it's not good, you know? It puts a lot of stresses on the family, puts a lot of stresses on the department, because one of your brother or sister firefighters is dealing with this stuff, you know? And I don't want that to ever happen. If we can stop it, if we can make changes, if we can change the mentality, which isn't easy to do, maybe as we move forward in the fire service, some of these incidents are gonna start to go away, and maybe that number is gonna, that 65% is gonna start to come down, which is obviously all of our goals, you
Yeah.
know. So,
All right, Pat. Thank you very much.
great, thank you, thanks for coming in.